Aziz moved to the UK from Afghanistan in 2015 to join his family. Finding himself in London, he tried many different types of work, before a year ago becoming an Uber driver. Now he works on 3 different ridehail platforms, having completed nearly 4,000 trips. But he still remembers his first ever ride, as if it were yesterday.
Well, to be honest, I was in a panic situation because that was my first job as a driver in England, especially in London. And I was really excited and panicked that time, same like both. And I received a job. I accepted, and I was looking at myself, and I was a little bit conscious of that. I went there, and the customer had some stuff to load on the car. I was thinking, what's going on? Do I have to be like a van man or something like that? But I helped the customer, and at the middle of the journey, I started to talk with the customer. I said, "You're my first customer, and I start very new, and you're my first customer." And the customer was quite like, he was telling, "Oh, you drive very smooth, nice. I like your car, this and that." At the end of the trip, I got tip as well, and I was like, I said, "Oh wow, that's good. £32 plus £5 tip, so that was not bad." And I said, "Oh, if it is like this, I will continue it." And then, like, that was the way. That was the things that it encouraged me to work a little bit more and to focus on what I'm doing now. And that was my first journey, which I did. That was really amazing.
I'm Robbie Waring, and this is the Fairwork podcast, a dive into the lives of the people working in the gig economy. In this episode, we look at conditions. What's it like working during a pandemic, serving your community and keeping the country running? How do you deal with sickness and the need to self-isolate in the absence of official protections? And how do you navigate the daily difficulties you encounter on the streets when no one's got your back? Aziz has worked as a ridehail driver for over a year now. Generally, he's been happy with the work and with his wage, which he says averages around £20 an hour. But since the pandemic, work has become increasingly scarce and he's struggled to make a living. I asked Aziz what his motivations were for working during the pandemic.
Well, as a human being, we have to respect each other, and we have to be kind to each other. And when I see the situation that the people, especially the NHS staff, they are really put their life at risk. And I was thinking, as a human being, why I'm not gonna help them? So I went out and I helped them. I transport them. I take them. Like, most of the time, we take like 80% of our job was NHS staff and transport people as well, like the bus drivers, the train drivers, and some other essential people. Yeah.
And do you feel like Uber supported you during the pandemic?
Unfortunately, I can say no. Like, I had, at the beginning of the pandemic, I had a fever and I have a coughing as well. And I called the GP, and GP said that you have to be self-isolate yourself. And then they sent me a letter as well. Then I attached the letter and sent it to the Uber, customer service. At the end, they say that they suspend my account for 14 days. And at the end, I received £120. And that was, in my opinion, that was nothing. For 14 days, you send me £120. Like, basically, everybody knows, and this is like as per the employment policies and rules, like, we need to have at least a sick leave, because we're working for Uber platform. And we give them a lot of benefits, like they charge us 25% commission. So at least from that money, they should have helped us, the money which we earn for them.
Similar to many drivers, Aziz has experienced violence at work and found the platforms unwilling to support him.
I had a customer. I received a job a month ago, months ago. I received a job. When I went there were 4 teenager boys that they requested in one of my apps. And when I went to to pickup area, I see that there are 4 customers, and they don't look good to me, to be honest. They come and said, I said the name. He said, yes, I am. I said, I can only take you 3 of you guys because COVID-19, we are not allowed to have 4 passengers in our car. So if 3 of you will come to my car, I'm happy to take you guys. Otherwise, I will cancel the trip. You will not get charged. So this is a help from my side. Otherwise, I have to cancel you and no show, which I can get paid for it. But I do a favor for you guys. I will just cancel the trip. So you can request an XL, which is a bigger car. And I'm doing Uber X. So they said, no, you have to take us. I said, I don't have to take you. And then they started an argument. And my right side, when my window was a little bit down. So I was about to touch my phone to call some police or something because they became a little bit aggressive. So they grabbed my phone. And the other guy punched on the glass. The other one went and just kicked the bumper. So I was in a panic, I said, and they showed the knife as well to me. When I see the knife, then I was in a really panic. I said, what's going on here? And I was in a parking lot. Like, I just drive very fast in order to escape from these guys. But when I went there, that was closed. So I just U-turned back, and these guys are running after me.
Members of the public stepped in and called the police, but Aziz lost his phone and his car sustained damage to the bumper.
After that, I called the company, and the company suspended my account for 1 month during investigation. And I have called the police. And the sad part, which I haven't received any compensation for nothing, neither from the police nor from the company which I was involved, like the Bolt. It was Bolt company.
And how does that make you feel when you don't get any support from the company?
Well, definitely, I was disappointed and I was not happy. The company needs to at least give us appreciation support to the driver, because that customer was introduced by this company. I never knew this customer. So based on the reference of the company, I take them, and the company doesn't help me at all. And I fixed my car. I lost my phone, and that was the things. Like, I was really, really, really disappointed. And sometime that time I was thinking to leave this platform, to be honest, because it's not worth it. It's because your life is at risk, to be honest, and there's no safety at all. Like, this is what I think. This is what it happened to me, and it happened to so many drivers.
Thanks to Aziz for sharing his story. Many workers in the gig economy experience risks within the course of their work, from violence and intimidation to sickness and injury. At current, the structure of gig work means that platforms have no legal obligation to reduce the risks that workers face, nor to compensate them when they cannot work. At the Fairwork Foundation, we believe that platforms should take a proactive approach to ensuring that workers are as safe as possible through provisions such as training, wellbeing initiatives, and health insurance. We're actively campaigning to improve the conditions for gig workers around the world and hold platforms to account. You can find out more at fair.work. This podcast was written and produced by Robbie Waring, with composition by Louis Bollés.